I'm going to be very honest with you. The reason why you're not reading more books is because you're not putting enough time and effort into it. That is it. There is a conscious decision to sit down and read a book, and a lot of people decide to not do that. If you say you have no time in your day to sit down and read a book, you're probably lying to yourself. If you're working a 9 to 5 job and you don't have kids or any other things that are going on in your life, you have at least an hour or two every day to read a book. All right. And you don't even need to spend that much time. Most people have at least 30 minutes of downtime at the end of the day to do a hobby. And reading could definitely be one of them. Yet, a lot of us today, myself included, choose to scroll on our phones looking for that cheap dopamine fix while we just scroll from reel to reel. That is the brutal truth, all right? We are chasing cheap dopamine instead of delayed gratification by reading a book. You don't stumble upon the Count of Monte Cristo and read about 500,000 words by accident. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes concentration, and most importantly, discipline. If you do not have discipline, you are not going to complete large books. If you don't have discipline, you're not going to attain and achieve that lofty goal you have of reading 20, 30, 40 books, even more. You need to make a conscious decision to sit your ass on the couch, open the book, read the words, and understand and internalize them. People skirt around the issue of, oh, it's fine, like they don't really tap into some of the core problems with why we're not reading books. It's a slow form of media. A book compared to YouTube shorts, videos, movies, TV shows is so slow, all right? You can spend your time watching a movie on Netflix and like the first 5 minutes, there's just like explosions everywhere. It's going crazy. Meanwhile, in a book, typically it's not that fast paced. That's a major issue. Books are slow, but they're slow in a good way, all right? When I scroll on my phone for about 30 minutes, after the 30 minutes, I feel fucking horrible. Mentally, I feel absolutely drained. My eyes feel dry. And not only that, I feel guilty. I feel like I just wasted my time. And sure, I can lie to myself and say I'm taking a mental health break. But let's be honest, after 30 minutes of scrolling, I'm literally just dying inside, but I just get stuck in the loop of just chasing dopamine. But instead, if I read 30 minutes, after that 30 minutes, it's a different type of tired. It's not for lack of a better term, like a systematic tired where I just feel absolutely drained. I just feel complete, tired, and not waiting to do anything more. I feel settled. And I think it's because when we're reading, it takes time and effort to focus and digest the content that we are reading. And by the end, we're just naturally more sleepy. When I'm on my phone scrolling, I never feel tired. I don't go to bed scrolling and falling asleep. What I do instead is an hour before going to bed, 30 minutes before going to bed, I sit down on the couch, I open my book, and I read. And by the end of the session or whenever I feel like going to bed, it's usually dictated by me not being able to read the words anymore, and I'm rereading the same sentences or paragraph over again because I'm literally dozing off. This is the power of reading books. It's not just about opening your mind to new ideas or reading unique stories. It's actually helping your mental health. Almost everyone knows that blue light is a detriment to our sleep hygiene. Tons of doctors say, reduce your levels of blue light consumption in the last couple of hours because that's going to ruin your sleep. Although this is anecdotal, the second I started reading books before going to bed consistently, like a ritual, and building that habit, which is fundamental for a strong reading practice, I almost completely stopped having insomnia. It took time, but honestly, I'm reading my book at the end of the day. I'm going through the words. I'm like, all right, you know what? I feel tired. I get to my bed and I'm asleep within 15, 20 minutes at the most. It's insane. So, for your own well being, reading a book is so vital. All right. Technology that we have here has been around for a split second compared to reading books. This hobby of reading books has been around for a lot longer than technology. This is the OG. This is the staple. If you yearn to maybe feel like at a different time, a different century of, wow, I'm reading a book before going to bed, that's so retro, then go for it. Do it. But remember this, the only person who can make you read books is yourself. There's no tricks, there's no tips, and for the love of God, there's no fucking hacks. You literally just sit down and read, all right? Speed reading is useless. You don't digest the content, all right? Unless you're a savant, all right? And let's be honest, most of us are regular people, all right? You just need to build the focus. The more you focus and read the book day by day, the longer you can read. And next thing you know, you're reading a novel once every 2 weeks, once every week, all right? You could do it. You just need to put in the time.